Oh, they talking crazy about you. They said they're going to smash you.
Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother? Who cares? Today, smash.
After a shocking call-out from Ilia Topuria, Sid Nando fired back with a fierce response, making it clear that he and his team are always ready to dominate, no matter the opponent. This heated exchange stems from Topuria's recent move to the lightweight division, where he wasted no time declaring his ambitions. He made it clear that at this stage of his career, he is only interested in a light competition, placing Sid at the top of his target list and igniting an intense rivalry. Topuria seeks a bigger, worthier challenge, one against a fighter widely regarded as one of the sport's greatest, with an undefeated record and unmatched sports.
ჩემი საოცრებო მეთოქები აი ვისაც აი გული დგინდა რომ ეთქო გაუ დიდი სიამოვნებით მასთან ცნობილი რეკორდია 29-ზე და ატრაქტიული რეკორდი ჩემთვის მე კიდე ისტორიულად ღირსეული ჩემპიონი არის საპატივცემულო ჩემპიონი.
Following his fighter's decision, Ilia Topuria's manager issued a statement defending his move to the lightweight division and emphasizing why he deserves the shot among the division's elite. He highlighted Topuria's recent outstanding performances, which in his view have surpassed the achievements of many past and present lightweight champions. Given Topuria's dominance in his last few fights, the manager argued that there is no valid reason to deny him the opportunity to compete in the highly competitive 155-pound division. Topuria has made a name for himself as one of the most exciting and dangerous fighters in mixed martial arts today. His explosive performances in the featherweight division, coupled with his ability to finish fights in spectacular fashion, have solidified his status as a legitimate title contender. Many fans and analysts have taken note of his well-rounded skill set, which includes elite striking, powerful grappling, and a fearless fighting style that makes him a nightmare for opponents. Throughout his career, Topuria has consistently faced high-level competition and has demonstrated his ability to rise to the occasion. His recent victories have showcased his improvement in all aspects of MMA, proving that he is not just a one-dimensional fighter. His ability to adapt and dismantle his opponents has led to discussions about his potential to dominate the lightweight division, just as he did in the featherweight ranks. Topuria's manager emphasized that his recent run of dominant performances is proof that he belongs at the top. His striking has been crisp, precise, and devastating, often overwhelming opponents before they have a chance to implement their game plan. His grappling, particularly his submission skills, has left seasoned veterans struggling to find answers. With each fight, he has demonstrated that he is not only a capable contender, but one who can challenge the very best in the world. His most recent victories have come against top-ranked featherweights, many of whom were considered legitimate threats in the division. The way he dismantled these opponents, whether by knockout or submission, has sent a clear message to the rest of the MMA world. Topuria is here to stay, and he is ready for bigger challenges. His team believes that denying him a chance to compete at 155 pounds would be a disservice to the sport, as his presence in the division only raises the level of competition. The decision to move up in weight was not made lightly, according to his team. Topuria has always been a naturally strong and athletic fighter who could comfortably compete in multiple weight classes. However, as he has continued to develop and grow as an athlete, it became increasingly evident that the lightweight division would be the best fit for him moving forward. Fighting at 155 pounds allows Topuria to maximize his strength and endurance, without the extreme weight cuts that many fighters endure. His manager pointed out that many
really come on here that much anymore. I kind of like stay to myself, but when certain managers come out there and talk about a guy's too small, shouldn't move up, needs to fight someone else, let's make sure we just get the facts straight. He knocked out Volk in his first opportunity to knock him out. The fight wasn't close. When your client fought Volk, he struggled with him the first time. Don't forget that. Second, he knocks him out, and then he knocks out Max Holloway, who happens to be probably one of the greatest 45ers of all time. I'm not sure why he doesn't deserve a shot at 155. But I don't blame you. I wouldn't want my client to fight Ilia Topuria either.
They want me to keep defending the belt in the 145 division. maybe I will do that. But if they let me go up in 155, I will do that also. Really very glad. What I want to do is to move up to the 155 because I know by fact that I can become a two-weight world champion. Because Islam, he's a great fighter. He's the #1 pound for pound for the people. For me, it's me, myself. I'm the best fighter in the world. So I know that I can do with him whatever I want to do because I know that I'm much better than him. See, fighting any of them, the thing they need when they go inside the octagon, in the first contact, they want to feel that they dominate you and they start to build their confidence since that. But if they feel in the first contact, in the first round, but that they can control you, that it's very competitive, their head goes down. All the competitive fights, they look.
Topuria. He said, you know what? I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. I think he deserves.
I think if you move up and he beats somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira,
Just talking about coming to 155, and you're like, I'm tired of these little people coming up to fight me.
That makes sense. Give the chance third time from the some guy. Okay, I beat the Volkanovski twice. People still say you beat small guy.
Yeah.
He's not your weight division. If I beat Topuria, it's gonna be the same.
The same thing.
Everybody gonna talk
Go up.
to. If I takes a second belt, it's gonna be in the future, you know. I just have same dream.
Yeah.
I want to be double champ. I want to be like you know.
My understanding is the UFC isn't a fan of this right now. They're not a huge fan of champion versus champion and one guy keeps the belt. If only because they got a lot of pay-per-views to fill. They're trying to put on, the most stacked cards with the most title fights, and they don't like holding up divisions. That has often been their stance, which has been confirmed today by his manager, Malkikawa. The weight cuts were getting really hard. The weight cuts were really getting hard. He's fought at 155. He's scored wins at 155. And he just wants some of us owe Ilia Topuria an apology, because I think when he was talking about this a month or two ago, we were like, come on, man, you only defended the title once. There are still some fights out there. There's the rematch against Volkanovski. There's a Diego Lopez fight. On and on it goes. You're not going to really move up. You're not going to vacate the title. And he was telling hope that it could happen as soon as International Fight Week. That's not 100%. That's probably the reason why they didn't announce it yesterday. It could happen later in the year. There's a ton more pay-per-views post-June. What is it? The 28th. There's one in mid to late July. Then there's August. And of course, there's Abu Dhabi in October. It feels International Fight Week worthy, if you ask me. This feels like a gigantic fight, a super fight, a featherweight champion moving up to fight the best lightweight in the world. Many mixed emotions with all these announcements. Bummed for Volk. Happy he's still getting a title fight. Happy for Diego Lopez. What a story. Excited for Ilia Topuria, excited for the opportunity, and if I'm being honest, Ilia versus Islam interests me a lot more right now than Islam versus Charles too. Am I crazy?
No.
We saw it. I don't think we were going to see a different result. This is fresh. This is fun. This feels special.
If he can beat Michael Chandler, like you're saying, in impressive fashion, and his name needs to be deserving, because again, it's all about eyeballs, and we all know Paddy the Baddy draws. People want to see him, so he has a big say in what's going to happen as he is successful in his next fight. So, yes, you're giving me a lot of interesting scenarios here that I'm looking, wow. So let's see what happens, but I did read where Dana said he's working on that fight. So for me, I'm not going to say that fight's made just based on Dana said we're working on it. Anybody. All Islam needs is 2 months to prepare for anybody. He's not going to care who he fights. You make 155, we all have the same attitude. We fight, you pay us, this is who you're offering. He's not going to say no. If that's who they offer, that's who's been worked out, is who's on the table for Islam. That's what Islam's going to do. That's just the way he is. He's a true warrior. He's not somebody that's going to say, no, give me somebody else. No, he's going to fight. That's the way it is. We're a champion. We're #1 for a reason. We're not supposed to reject any person they throw in front of you. He will do what a champion's supposed to.
Those things are accurate. Topuria is a perfect size featherweight, as a matter of fact, and he doesn't have anything personal with Islam. And we're not going to make that ask of Islam 3 times. But what is going on with Ilia Topuria? I think that's a fair question too. Why is every time I see his name, he's attached to Islam. Nobody wants to see the fight. Nobody's encouraging that fight. And Topuria won't stop bringing up.
Илья хоть говорит, что он не начал. Это он начал. Он же сказал, что он не хочет выписывать Исламу чек за сломанную челюсть. Кому ты можешь сломать челюсть? Если ты можешь сломать челюсть, придем, скажи, это что, тяжело, что ли, найти человека, сказать, пойдем, подеремся. Это все не... Может, это часть, знаешь, привлечения внимания, может быть, если так на это смотреть. А так, я не думаю, что Ислам уступит ему где-нибудь. Да тот же Усман тоже. Да и никто в целом.
He says that Islam Makhachev is doing anything he can to avoid a fight with Ilia Topuria.
Tiene miedo. Claro que tiene miedo.
Now, of course, Ilia Topuria is talking a lot of shit there. And that is exactly what you want to do if you want to get the fight. Now, the problem is right now, we have champions trying to jump all over the place. For example, we've got Alex Pereira trying to fight John Jones and move up a weight class. We've got John Jones that should be fighting Tom Aspinall, sharing the image of Pereira calling out Jones on his social media, which is setting the world on fire. We've got John Jones going live on Instagram and threatening to kill people and then hanging up.
Are you intoxicated? You know, he just become champion. You have to defend your title a couple of times. Even one time. Please, stay focused on your division. He have Mafsan, he have Aljamain Sterling on the way. He have right now Max Holloway, and when you has good fights on your division, be quiet. I understand if he will beat everyone, Mafsar, Aljamain Sterling, like doesn't matter. Like he clean his division and then he wanna come to up. I understand. Like everybody will say, like he can. For example. Alexander Volkanovski, he beat 3 times Max Holloway, he beat everyone. When he go up, he beat everyone and then he go, you know, like this.
Dana made a comment 4 days ago on Islam, and he said we have something really special for Islam's next fight. None of us know what that means. I cannot begin to believe that something really special for Islam's fight is that he got to fight a 45-pounder. I can't imagine that. That wouldn't be special to Islam. That would be a super fight. It wouldn't be special to Islam. He's already fought a 45-pounder. He's already fought a 45-pounder as a world champion. He already fought a 45-pounder. There was a world champion and the reigning number 1 pound for pound. Like there would be nothing special about that for him.
Who should he be fighting next? Ilia Topuria, or should he get the rematch with Charles Oliveira?
Man, that's tough to say. Who's next in line right now for him? Do you know?
Could be Oliveira, could be Topuria if he goes up.
Yeah, but there's still guys, I think, at 45 for Topuria to fight. And I've never seen Topuria in person, but if he can make 145, dude, Islam's a big guy.
Big guy.
I think he's going to be a lot bigger than Topuria. But that being said, Topuria is an assassin, and I believe he can knock out anybody from 145 pounds to 170 pounds.
You think Islam could become the champion at an upper weight class, maybe 170 if he wanted to?
Yeah, I believe Islam could win the 170-pound belt.
Una cosa que respeto sobre Khabib de verdad, el tipo es de verdad súper respetuoso, ¿sabes? Nunca dice nada de nadie, la gente habla un montón, él nunca dice nada de nadie. Yo he mencionado a Islam y han salido los primos que nunca jamás han noqueado a nadie, los pillan por esteroides, son súper tramposos y de repente saltan. Lo único que me indica es que tienen el sistema nervioso dañado por tomar tantos esteroides porque es lo primero que daña, ¿sabes? Amenazar a un peleador con cuando nos veamos te voy a pegar es como chico, me dedico mi vida a la pelea, ¿sabes? Que sea un poco más creativo. No sé qué puedo decir. Su mejor es Islam.
You said that you're ready to go up a division. There's a tweet from Ilia Topuria that he can go up the weight and he can beat you with no problem. What do you think about that?
Не знаю, еще столько соперников, и все хотят меня там в первом, во втором раунде финишировать. Все говорят об этом, но я же сказал, сделайте 70 килограмм, заходите в клетку. И посмотрим, кто кого финиширует там.
There's all these opponents, they all say they want to finish me in the first or second round. I already said, if you can make 155, you can get into the cage. Let's talk about it then.
If you see fighting any of them,
Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez for an interim strap, whilst Ilia Topuria fights Islam Makhachev. So, of course, That is why Topuria's talking all of this shit. Now, the reality is, Islam's not scared. He's not scared of anybody. Of course he's not. The man is a phenomenal champion, a ridiculous fighter, a historic, legendary fighter, defended the belt 4 times, more than anybody in history, and he's got a complete skill set. But if you ask Ilia Topuria, Islam, or anybody from Dagestan, they're nothing special. They don't have special stamina or cardio. The way they do it, if you fight any of them, the thing that they need when they go inside the octagon